This News Update is brought to you by
You got an upgrade for Christmas.
If you're feeling lucky, you could win some money.
Upgrade for Christmas.
$200,000 in cash and prizes. With Lime, you could win some money. It's Lime's Christmas Lottery. 250 winners this Christmas, oh yeah.
Sign up for upgrade to super fast broadband, Lime TV, e-billing, a data plan. Top up $15. Purchase a handset or text 4263 to enter.
Upgrade for Christmas.
This is the Barbados Today morning update for Monday, December 22nd, 2014. I'm Carol Williams. Good morning. Prime Minister Frondell Stewart has broken his silence on the downgrade by Standard & Poor's, insisting that government will not abandon its growth and development strategy. Stewart contends that the strategy has already begun to show positive results, including preventing a further slide in the foreign reserves and stabilization of tourist arrivals. He says the medium-term fiscal consolidation is necessary to lower the deficit to sustainable levels and to make the public sector more efficient. And he's adamant that Barbados has no intention of appealing to the International Monetary Fund for help. The statements by the Prime Minister came a day after the central bank described the downgrade as unjustified. It's time to come clean, so says opposition MP Edmund Hinkson to Education Minister Ronald Jones on the issue of bursaries for Barbadians studying at the University of the West Indies. Hinkson tells Barbados Today he has been informed that Cabinet has said no to Minister Jones's request for funding for the 3,000 bursaries, and he's insisting the minister needs to tell the country the true state of affairs.
This is untenable. It is disappointing. It begs the question, what is Mr. Jones' position in relation, therefore, to his cabinet colleagues who have fundamentally rejected his idea and concept? Will Mr. Jones now, no doubt, go down as the cabinet minister who has presided over the dismantlement of free education in Barbados?
Last week, the Education Minister told Barbados Today he had nothing to say on the matter, but Hinkson contends this isn't good enough and says the future of many Barbadians are on the line.
It is a case of what's going to happen now with hundreds of these students who may have said, look, let me, you know, the families might have held their hand for the first semester in the hope now that the funding would come through for the second semester. What's going to happen? How many of them are going to be unable to now go into the second semester? In some cases, these may be students who may only need one more semester to graduate, who may now find themselves having to drop out.
Trade unions could put forward their 3 nominees for the Employment Rights Tribunal as early as this week. That's according to a source in the movement who says the matter is being given urgent attention. Over the weekend, Labour Minister Dr. Esther Bayasuku indicated that the matter is now in the hands of trade unions and the Employers' Confederation, given that government has already selected its nominees. Those individuals are due to receive the instruments of appointment in about a week's time. The Labour Minister says the process has taken too long and it's time to get down to work.
They have indicated to us that we should get those in a matter of weeks. And as I said, that's the only delay. And they have indicated that it would just be a matter of weeks before we get those. As I said, their process, I can't speak entirely for them, but what they did indicate is that the selections would actually be made by their councils or whatever, have to be ratified by them, and then they would submit the names to us. So once they go through their process.
The tribunal had to be reconstituted after 8 of the 9 members resigned at the same time. But despite penning a letter urging the members to move with haste, the Labour Minister indicated that government was not responsible for what transpired. She suggested that the members kept moving the goalposts.
We had actually fashioned it after other tribunals. We have the Severance Payment Tribunal, we have the Medical Appeals Tribunal under this ministry with the National Insurance, and then there are other tribunals as well. What we had not envisaged was that this tribunal would want its own office space, and none of our tribunals have office space. They normally would come into the ministry and they would receive the documents, meet with the folks in the room allocated, and go from there. But as I said, they wanted office space. They indicated that they needed separate dedicated staff as well, which we had not allocated when we had appointed them. And, along with the office space would come phone lines and all those things that again, we would not have envisaged at the outset.
With just days to go before Christmas, Barbadians have to dig a bit deeper into their pockets to pay for cooking gas. Effective midnight, the price of the 100-pound cylinder of LPG went up $4.35 to $180.87. The 25-pound cylinder now costs $50.32. That's $1.09 more, while the 22-pound cylinder now costs $44.44, an increase of 95 cents. The price of the 20-pound cylinder went up by 87 cents to $40.40. Meantime, the prices of some petroleum products have gone down. Gasoline now costs $3.24 per liter. That's 33 cents less. Diesel is selling at $2.52, down by 26 cents, while the retail price of kerosene is 8 cents less at $1.53.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Haitian sun power.
Over now to Haiti, where the health minister has been named as the interim prime minister. She replaces Lauren Lamont, who resigned a week ago following several weeks of protests. The announcement is part of an effort to resolve a mounting political crisis over long-delayed elections. Under Haiti's constitution, the new appointee can only hold the interim position for up to 30 days before a permanent choice is nominated for approval by Parliament. The appointment came after international warnings from the U.S. and the UN that the impoverished Caribbean nation was on the brink of political chaos again. If elections are not held before January 12th, Parliament will shut down, leaving the country without a functioning government until presidential elections in late 2015. And still with the region, we will not abandon our political principles. That's the message Cuban President Raul Castro is sending to the U.S. as the two states move to normalize diplomatic ties.
No debe pretenderse.
We can't pretend that by improving ties with the United States, Cuba will renounce the ideas for which it has fought for more than a century, for which its people have shed a lot of blood and have run the biggest of risks.
And on the international scene, the U.S. is considering putting North Korea back on its list of terrorism sponsors after the hacking of Sony Pictures. The announcement comes from President Barack Obama, who says a decision would be taken after a review. North Korea has denied the attack over the movie The Interview, which depicts the fictional killing of its leader. Sony has since cancelled the Christmas Day release after threats to cinemas. President Obama calls the attack an act of cyber vandalism.
We believe in free speech. We believe in the right of artistic expression and satire and things that powers that be might not like. And if we set a precedent in which a dictator in another country can disrupt through cyber a company's distribution chain or its products, and as a consequence we start censoring ourselves, that's a problem.
And that brings us to the end of our Barbados Today morning update. Join us again this afternoon. Until then, log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to Channel 101 on Lime TV to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Carol Williams. Have a wonderful day.
This news update is brought to you by
I won for me to me.
For me?
Yes. You don't need speakers, right?
Upgrade to win every week with Lime. Sign up for Lime TV or broadband or purchase an iPhone 6 or Samsung Note 4. Upgrade Christmas with Lime.